Okay, are we ready? Okay, it is 6:33 p.m. on Tuesday, June 8th, no, Thursday, June 8th. Sorry, Thursday, June 8th, 2023. I'm going to call the meeting of the River Plantation Municipal Utility District to order. Our first item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the meeting from last month. Anybody have any questions, comments? No? Okay.
That being said, I would move we approve the minutes.
Okay, do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Okay, receive the comments from the public. Grab the sheet. What's up? You getting the top?
I'm just getting it.
Okay, has everybody signed in that wanted to speak? Okay. Okay. Kim Bukowski. Oh, you said no. Okay, sorry. Barbara Carrillo.
Yes.
Okay, and Alfredo.
We have a separate agenda item for that. Are y'all,
Oh, did you want to talk about
yeah.
something else or just about that? Okay. All right, so no one wants to say anything? You good? Okay. All right.
On her list, she didn't say anything.
Yeah, she did. I think that, yeah, she's right there, but she said no, so. Okay, financial and bookkeeping matters. Bookkeeper's report. Does anybody have any questions on the bookkeeper's report?
Yeah, she was. Well, I think I already got my answers that I was interested
Yeah, I don't have any other questions.
in. But I think,
No other questions.
let's see. I think maybe we ought to comment about why Carol's not here. My question was about Brightview and MOC's bill last month.
Okay. MOCs, I can tell you, was, there was $47,000 worth of 3 construction projects. Shiloh, Braxton Bragg, and was Tara one of them? I think Tara was one of them. So there were 3 that were over 47,000 that were part of that bill. So,
We gotta quit this breaking stuff.
quit breaking stuff, that'd be
Yeah.
easier said than done, so.
Do we need to comment on the other one?
Which one, Brightview?
Brightview.
Brightview,
We did send them a discontinued.
we did send them a notice discontinuing the contract, correct?
Do we have to give them a 90-day?
Yeah, we do.
And if they're not doing their job now?
Is that the
They just-
They're,
I thought we could do it for lack of service or for cause.
Yes,
yeah,
we can.
but I don't know, I'm gonna let the attorney speak to this, but I think based on the information they sent us today, it's gonna be hard to prove.
Well, the ground's right.
Cost.
So I've been in touch with the regional manager for Brightview. Spoke with him earlier today. He says they have geolocation on their equipment, and he provided geolocation data for their equipment for the last couple of months. Tim has really obviously done a bunch of work on this, and Julie's been involved as well. And so I sent that information to them. I'd be happy to share it with the rest of the board if you'd like to see it. He is saying that they did not perform one of the mows because of weather-related issues. I can't speak to whether or not that is accurate. I can tell you that the service manager, Carlton, who is managing the project, is no longer with Brightview. I think that may have been part of the issue, and he also said that they had used the wrong equipment, had used mowers that were too small and could not keep up with the job, and were now using larger mowers that he thought were adequate. He said he felt bad that things weren't going well, and he said that they are more than capable of performing under the contract and committed to performing the rest of the work. So I spoke with him specifically about 4th of July and concerns about demand at the park, and he committed to making sure that everything looks good for the 4th. I can tell you that we absolutely should not pay them for any work that is not completed, And so if there is work that is not done, you know, please help document the fact that it was not completed, and we can work to address it with Brightview. To the best of my knowledge, they are saying that they continue to perform, or will continue to perform bi-monthly mowing through August 23rd. So
I drove on
I think they are continuing
Charleston
to come out there.
today,
We're supposed to be out here Saturday.
and it's almost 2 foot high in some places.
So Davis, it sounds like you said that they said that they could not keep up with a contract. So then shouldn't we have some kind of refund for that part that they didn't keep up with?
Well, we haven't sent them last month's check,
Yeah,
right?
we held the check, so
For
you're.
this month.
You're correct, like Dave was saying, whatever they didn't do, we just need to document it and
Right.
come up in our minds what we feel is the right documentable amount.
Okay.
And then pay that, and then you've sent the termination notice, so you have the 90 days, you can do it sooner for cause. I mean, you're setting it up for a dispute if we do that, and they have a reasonable I'm not saying it's a good answer, but they have an answer. So you would just be saving yourself 2 more months with them if you terminate them for cause, basically.
And remember, we're paying them a month ahead, so in the bill we signed, or the check we signed today, is for the month of June. The one we held
got
was the month
May.
of May,
Mhm.
because that was the month
It
that
was
they
in the
didn't
full amount,
complete.
they didn't do
Correct.
the correct amount.
Correct.
But if Davis is saying that they said they didn't have they had small equipment, how long have they been mowing? And now
Over
they're just,
almost a year.
and now they're just now determined they have small equipment and can't handle it?
Well, we've had
Personnel, they
five-
changed people
five-
3
There-
times.
5 account managers.
Previous, it's a 5th account manager we have. The previous conversations I had was that they didn't start doing it twice a month until April. So the once a month,
No, we were supposed to have done it in August and September. It was all the way-
well, that's true. That's true. But it didn't seem to be an issue back then.
Right.
It's an issue now, but through the winter months, once a month seemed to work
Okay.
with the equipment that they had. But now with the rain and the hotter temperatures, the grass is just growing too fast for them. And they agreed that they mismanaged our account. So, I don't know the answer. I mean, Paul, you and Davis would have.
The large mowers that they are saying, they realize their largest equipment is what is required to do the job, is generally available on Saturdays in their schedule. So they are planning to mow the park this Saturday, is the date that he gave me today, the 10th.
Right.
And then the second mow this month, he said, is going to be done on the 29th in advance of 4th of July weekend. So he said to have the best possible look for 4th of July weekend. I don't want to speak for them, or, you know, I know that there have been a number of concerns with the quality of their work. It is always a difficult situation when you have a contractor that is doing a job and not doing it well.
They do the job well over on College Park. They do all that over in there, and they do a great job on it. You know, I think the whole thing's been the management over here. You know, that's been the problem.
Yeah.
So we
I
have
think
to
the
make a
capable
decision
ones
about
have to
the
do
May payment then?
I think Tim and I are working with Davis and Paul to figure out what we can document and what we can't. Because I know they came out one day and mowed one hole, then they came back a couple weeks later and mowed half the holes, then they came back and mowed the half they missed.
So it was uneven.
Yeah,
And they still didn't complete
yeah.
everything for the month of May.
Yeah,
They didn't even complete it for one time, even
No.
though it's supposed to be done twice?
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So less than half.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. The
Correct.
payment needs to be reduced substantially.
If
And
there's
then-
no other questions, I'll go ahead and move we approve the bookkeeper's report.
Okay.
I second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
You want to finish what you were saying, Paul?
I know, I was just gonna say, I would at least give them to Saturday, see how they do.
Yeah.
We having a meeting next week, you can always amend the agenda and add it if you wanna do a termination for cost, but I think we have to see how they do.
We good?
Okay.
Okay, tax assessor collector's report. Any questions on that?
No comments.
Nope. Okay. Motion to,
I make a motion, we accept the tax assessor collector's report.
okay,
Second.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Review of the investments, again, we've got there, some of them are in, I don't have a page mark.
I can't believe they get, that's what, 5.4% now?
Yeah, yep.
That-
in
That's a
Texas
pretty good
class.
return,
Yep,
It is.
yep, so,
especially when we're paying, what, 30?
Yeah.
yeah,
That.
yep,
That was a good
Yeah,
one.
that's a good one.
yep, so,
Yeah, I move, if there's no questions, I move we accept that report.
all in favor, oh, second, do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Payment of the district bills, do we, assuming we accept it
Yep.
since we signed them all? Okay,
I make a motion, we accept the payment of district bills.
okay, second,
A second.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, Mario, operators report.
All right, since we did move the meeting forward this month, we don't have a DMR, so we can double up next month. But as far as connections, we're at 975 with 8 vacant. Total revenues is 72,621.62 cents. We got our water fund, total pumpage received at 7,128,000. Total billed at 6,968,000. Was at 98% accountability for the month. We have four leaks repaired, 6 bacteriological samples, all collected, came back good. Wastewater treatment plant is all working within parameters. This month came in at 80% permitted capacity, but we know why. That good amount of water we had down there. And that's it. Down below is your accountability chart. As I mentioned, there's no DMR this month. That's it. Unless you have any questions for me.
I don't know if, do you, probably not a fair question for you, do you know anything about the receivables thing? I know Julie said something about a bunch of checks came back.
Yeah, we had a bunch of return checks.
Yeah.
That's a really large amount for the 120 column, it has never been that big.
Yeah.
It's not in a long time.
Yeah, I think there was like, if I remember right, it was like $4,000 worth of checks that were returned.
That was returned.
Yeah, it's 120 right now at 8,400,
Not sufficient, yeah.
which is probably the highest I've seen it.
Yeah.
But you, that's probably not a fair question for you.
I'll take a note of it and I'll get with Keith. Maybe get your answer next month.
Did Tara get fixed, or is it just a temporary fix for right now?
Tara is just a temporary fix.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you received the link. I have to.
No, it's okay.
But I think what we've done should buy us some pretty good time.
Okay.
A pretty good amount.
I got another question. I asked Keith about a leak over on, I believe it's Rapidan Park, and it looks like it was fixed. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, that one was fixed.
It was fixed?
Yes.
I'm afraid, you know, you guys had it banded off, and I see that they've taken that down. I think they're driving over it again. Is that gonna cause it to break again?
No, because it was the service line down at the main that was leaking. But I'll take a look at it tomorrow.
Yeah, because but if not, we're gonna have to figure out some way to keep them from driving in the park. I mean, that's the HOA's park, maybe they'll let us put something in it or something to stop them, I don't know.
Okay, I'll take a look at it. And,
But they're notorious for driving over that area right there.
yeah. Okay, I'll take a look at it and
All right, thank you.
keep y'all updated. I'll let Mr. Lee know.
Okay, all right. Do I have a motion to accept the operator's report?
I move we accept the MOC's report.
Okay.
A second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, submission of emergency operations information, application for critical load status.
I have a copy of our critical load here. It's all updated.
Okay. That was just a formality for the,
Correct. Our emergency contacts and then the coordinates for all our facilities, meters, electrical meter information, all that good stuff.
okay, is it, oh, good. Because guess what they did? So I'm glad this is going in, because, so Davis, I'm trying to get that PO box closed, So I sent the TCEQ a notice to change our mailing address to the office here. Well, they changed all of our, since I accidentally had CPA still at the end of my name when I sent the email to the guy, he changed my name to the bookkeeper, changed this address for the bookkeeper reports, changed. So now I gotta send we gotta send a whole nother report to them to get everything changed back. He was like, I don't know how to fix it at this point. Send a report.
Start all over.
I was like, okay, great.
It's always a challenge.
Yeah, so.
It's never
okay.
easy with the TCQ on any budget.
Yeah, so it was like, I should have never changed the address, but I want that PO box closed. All right, is this just a copy or is this, do I need to? Yeah, copy. Okay.
We just put it on the agenda every year, Julie, just to make sure it's done. It's priority power restoration list, and MOC does a good job with it. And ideally, it means that you you get your power turned back on at the plants, on a priority basis because they're obviously important facilities. So.
Okay, cool. All right, do we need to make a motion to accept that critical load?
We just we'll just reflect in the minutes that it's been completed.
Got
And
it.
we could send Davis a copy as well.
Okay, thanks, Maureen. All right, engineers report.
All right, first item on my list is the permits. Just going through those, nothing new except for that D item. That's reflective of the emergency preparedness plan. We just update that on a yearly basis if board members switch over or anything like that. So we'll take a quick look at it, if anybody has changed in the operations community and things like that. But I think all that's pretty straightforward. Moving on to the joint projects, still don't have an update from FEMA. I apologize, I don't have the bids yet for the East Ditch since the meeting got moved out, but we'll have it for the July meeting. The Holly Springs drainage issue, reached out to the East Plantation engineer. We have a meeting set for 6:15 to discuss all of that. I did put in y'all's packet a refresher of kind of the Holly Springs drainage assessment and things like that, if you want to take a look at it. We updated prices a little bit because we did do it back in August 21, if you see.
What's the difference between the two? I mean, I know there was a big dollar difference, but what was the difference between the two different ways of fixing that?
Yeah, so, jump to that real quick. So, option one is, pretty much the repair, let me make sure I'm saying this right.
That's 36-inch line, right?
Yeah, the 36-inch lines, that's pretty much upgrading the lines as they go to the ditch, which is the bigger option. And then option number two is dual 18 inches, which pretty much takes the overflow of that drainage into the front of his property at the Holly Springs so that the ditch in front can act as another carrier for it. And since the grading is better in that ditch and it's gonna move faster directionally flows, it will relieve his property.
Okay. So which one is your recommendation?
Option one would be our recommendation going forward, because we do know that storm sewer is undersized based on some of the basic modeling we've done for it. So, option two may band-aid the issue. Again, I use that term loosely. It may alleviate some of his issues, but it's not a set in stone.
And what's your feeling if we follow your report, if that's the way it ends up, is that fairly well gonna mitigate the problem in sections 5 and 10?
Yes.
I mean, that's like, what, a 10-year flood plan type thing?
Yeah, correct.
That would take several houses out of the flood danger, I guess.
That's the plan. I mean, there would be no official, hey, you're now out of the flood
Right.
danger, but yes, it would definitely alleviate getting water to
That's
the.
what we're supposed to be here for.
Moving forward onto the projects, we will be receiving bids for the electrical upgrades on June 23rd, so I'll have those for you at your July meeting. Storm sewer phase 1, I have the contracts here for signatures tonight, and we're scheduling a pre-con next week. District-wide drainage study, we held an internal kickoff meeting. They're starting the preliminary phase of that study in our H&H department. And then Stone Mountain, I talked to the contractor actually as I was walking into the meeting. They're working on getting one lines out there to mark all of the utilities and stuff like that. And so they're moving pretty quickly. He doesn't have an official number for me, but he did say it's probably in the 150 to 200 range, which is what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Do they have I know they're gonna mark the lines, but do they have a time to get that with the rain, we're supposed to be getting
So
that garage shored up.
So that's what I talked to him, and he's really gonna push next week to try to get something out here to shore up, to keep the erosion down. So that's really what I'm pushing for in the interim phase before you can mobilize all the equipment out there, is just come out there, give us something that is at least gonna help mitigate
Right.
that issue.
Okay.
So-
That homeowner, that first one that I sent you, would like you to call him tomorrow morning. He was
Okay.
actually gonna be here tonight, but I guess,
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah.
So, if you would call him tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I'll give him a call tomorrow and maybe even schedule a meeting with him next week,
Okay.
with both of them, just to go over everything and talk to him, so that I have first-hand knowledge of all of it.
Okay.
Moving on to construction projects.
Now, can I ask you one more? What
yes,
about
ma'am.
Fairway Oaks?
Absolutely. So Fairway Oaks is gonna be our first one on the big project. We've
Okay.
already notified the contractor, so we don't care what else you do, you're gonna come to Fairway Oaks first, we're gonna get that.
Got it.
that resolved, so,
Okay,
yes, that is a big push of ours as well. So,
okay,
hopefully, once we get those two issues out, we can roll everything a little
got
smoother.
it.
Moving on to the construction projects, nothing new on the cleaning for phase one and either the storm or sanitary. I know you saw the truck out there and I put them on notice. Yeah, we can talk about that another time. Sanitary street for phase one, construction's underway, you've seen them come out, the Texas Pride trucks doing the CIPP of the lawn and everything. All that seems to be going smoothly. I haven't heard too much about that contract unless you guys have heard anything.
No, that contract's good, it's the other ones.
Yeah, exactly. They're on a new blacklist. I actually just rolled them from another project that they've been on.
Yeah.
Charleston Park Irrigation, the operator, and Mara, you may know more. Did you guys get actually those meters installed? Or
Not yet.
You got the locations?
But
stuff?
yes, our
Okay.
tech department has all the information they need, and
Perfect.
then
So we'll get those meters set and they'll be able to pressurize that line and hopefully by July we'll have.
Have we terminated the affluent line that comes across?
Our plan is to, according to Keith, we'll do that the same day.
Yeah.
Okay, terminated totally, so they can't turn
Yeah,
it
yeah,
off.
there'll be a complete air gap, so they will not intercross at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to keep that so they don't
Yeah.
contaminate our side.
And then the last thing was the pool facility exhibit. We're waiting meets and bounds. Really hoped to have them this today, but we should have it by week's end and we can push it out next week. Other than that, that's it, unless you guys have any questions.
What is mates and bounds?
It's the actual description of the easement, quote unquote, that you guys will be giving to, the
Like
agreement.
lease.
RPC.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have a 100-foot radius around the pool, and then the parking lot along the way will have a descriptive meets and bounds, so that if anything comes,
And then don't forget those 2 garden areas.
the 2 garden areas were encompassed in a
Yeah.
100-foot radius, so.
Yeah.
Yep. And that is it. Unless you have any questions.
Motion?
I make a motion, we accept the engineer's report.
Now, second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
One quick question about the parking around that area, did that get resolved?
As far as I'm concerned, it did. My survey says I have 25 spaces,
Okay.
so.
And we're getting signs put up there.
We are getting, yes, actually, that was supposed to
We
be on
haven't
the
That's
we
agenda.
haven't decided what to put on the sign. We haven't-
Well, I know, but that was supposed to be to approve that. We need to get them, the attorneys to look at what we're gonna put on there. But, yeah, I
We
think
can do that next week.
next, yeah, we could, yeah. No, you've already put out the
Special
agenda
meeting.
for next week, right, Davis? Yeah, we'll have to do it in July.
Yes, I mean, we
We'll have to do it in
we can
July.
amend the agenda if you want us to.
Do you wanna have a meeting that
What-
way? Have it
There
go?
shouldn't be a big rush, the
That's not a
pool's
big
not
rush.
gonna
Yeah.
be open until next year.
We didn't have it posted yet, but
Yeah,
he can amend it.
yeah,
It's totally,
yeah. Yeah.
Starts at 7:30.
I was gonna say, you really wanna have a
already
meeting that
losing
late,
an
that
hour
goes that
already.
late? I'm kinda thinking 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Instead of 2 hour plus in 2 weeks, so, okay.
I'll put it on
In
the
July.
July agenda. How about
There
that?
you go, put it on July.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, contracts for mowing and maintenance of park facilities.
Okay, we've got,
Tim.
we had 3 bids. One of them we decided we weren't even gonna entertain because of the high value of it. The other 2, one is from Wesco, and it's for $74,820, which does not include the additional ditches that Tom had brought up and showed me that needed to be done. So they're at basically $75,000 plus. All Seasons Landscaping has seen the additional ditches that need to be done, the easement areas, and the normal areas that need to be done, and they come in at $60,250. So that's a 15,000 plus difference. And I spoke to Martin today, and I told him that we were going to be discussing this tonight, and he knows the situation that we're in with Brightview. He can tell by the quality of work that's been done that we're in distress. And I asked him, I said, if we were to need you to start doing our work this month, is that something you could fit into your schedule? And he said yes. So whatever happens after Saturday, when we see the, well, he's got an 8-man crew, he said.
Yeah.
So he's prepared to do it, and I guess we wait till after Saturday to see how Brightview does Saturday, so that we can determine.
Should we reschedule this to the next meeting?
Well, we can still vote on this, because this is gonna start August.
Right.
Unless
We gotta
have
get a
to start
contract
early.
with them anyway, so.
Yep, Davis.
That's right, no, that's exactly right. You will still need a contract that is effective, you know, that provides for a service start date of August 23rd. And we can, you know, we can address additional mowing in the contract. It's not unusual. I mean, typically we would, you know, write that pricing into the contract, right? So if you wanted an additional mow here or there, you had a fixed price for it. And so if the board decided that you wanted to have them, you know, do a mow earlier, or, you know, start mowing earlier, we could operate under that contract.
Okay. I make a motion that we accept the bid from All Seasons.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Nobody opposed? Well, I don't think it's.
Tim, if you'll just help
It's 2
us get in
months.
contact with All Seasons,
Yep.
so we can get all the paperwork straight,
Yep.
that'd be great.
I'll do it.
Okay, perfect, thanks.
That was easy. All right, Paul, you're up. Prior penalties,
Okay.
violation of rules.
So I'll just set the stage real quick for us. So we have the Natchez situation, you all very familiar with it. You've assessed a penalty, the maximum penalty, that would be sort of they reduced, I guess, to $15,000 if it was paid in 45 days. I think the 45th day is Monday. And the Creos have asked for an opportunity to come and speak to you about the penalty. It is a large penalty, obviously. And so we have an executive session to talk about it. And so I don't think you have to make any decisions in the public session. But whatever y'all would like to share with the board, or whatever you're asking of them, now would be a good time to do it.
So I just wanted to come back. I have a clear head, and, you know, I want to apologize for the way that, you know, I responded last time. I was very scared, to be completely honest, because that was a very large amount that we were discussing, and that was just $10,000 and $12,000. This company is just my husband and myself. We're just starting out. We're learning as we go. So I just wanted to apologize and ask, you know, if you could reduce that fine, because it's not something that we can do.
Is there I guess I'll just ask this, is there a particular number or range you're asking the board to reduce it to, or just asking for them to consider it and whatever they?
I mean, like I said, 10 and 12,000 was really a lot to begin with. You know, and like I said, we're just starting out. Like, this is our second house, and so like I said, we're just learning. Everything's in loans. We just had the tree fall last week on a rental property in Huntsville, and we're dealing with that deductible, and that's $6,000. So it's a lot, sorry. But, I mean, I just,
Does anybody have any questions?
You don't have a number that you have in mind, or, well, I have two, it's a twofold question.
okay.
You know, there was damages and there was a penalty. Okay, now, if we could give you some consideration, could you pay the bill within a reasonable time? I think 45 days is what you were given, and that's coming up.
Right, I mean, with the deductible situation, that kind of sets us back a little bit. If we could ask for the 45 days to start over, and then, you know, we could try to get some money together. I mean, I'm willing to pay the damages, if, you know,
Yeah, that's a key piece, and we need to know
Yeah.
that when we're in executive session. We need to know exactly what you need to, so we can get this settled for everybody's satisfaction.
right, yeah, I understand that, and
So
I'm,
if you help us with what you really need and let us talk about it, we'll see what we can come up with.
okay, I appreciate that.
All right, so we're going to
Yeah.
put that aside
Thank
until
you.
executive.
Correct. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, review the ethics letter and update by investment officer. I think we all initialed or signed the ethics letter. So, that it?
That's right, we just put that on an annual basis for compliance purposes, just to make sure that any conflicts, are disclosed, so.
Okay. All right. All right, number 10 is executive session. That was a quick meeting.
Yes.
Have we ever done it this quick? All right, so, we will go into executive session. When we're finished, we'll come out. If you want to stay, fine. If you don't want to stay, that's totally up to you. Video will be posted tomorrow, right, Karl?
Yes.
If we vote on anything, it'll be recorded. Hopefully we'll
So,
remember.
you know, when they go into executive session, no decisions are made, but they're allowed to talk freely. There's some exceptions, a law that allow that. And then if there's any, when we come out, if anyone on the board has any motions they make, then they would make it back in the public session. And so we just have to have the public leave the room, and, you know, wait in the car or whatever it would be. I know it's rainy.
How are
sit
we
outside.
gonna know? Because I sat in the car.
If you're gonna wait out there, just let us know you're gonna wait out there and
We'll come flag you down. Yeah, we didn't know
Oh.
anyone was still out there
Yeah.
last time.
I thought everybody had left.
Yeah, so did I.
So,
And we'll wait out in the car.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you don't have to, but it's just because it's a bad
Yeah,
weather, you may
yeah.
want to sit in the car.
Yeah.
okay.
I sent you, the ditch. So what's it, 668?
The
668
ditch in Ravensworth, you know, where, Mary
Back up.
Mary Cunningham used to
And
live.
Mary Chapman.
Mary Chapman,
Yeah,
back there, that ditch,
okay.
they,
That's the most.
Broadview only
That's the one
did,
you sent me, okay.
Broadview only did part of it,
Right,
and she's behind the part that's not being taken
That's not
care of.
being taken care of. Okay,
okay.
all right.
I mean,
We
it's taking
will,
over half my backyard almost.
we will get that
It's
taken
being
care of.
addressed.
Yeah.
The Brightview.
It's this landscape company.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when will I have an answer of when
It
it's?
should be coming
If they
Saturday.
don't come, if they don't cut it Saturday, let us know. I don't have my card, my card's in my car. If they don't cut it Saturday, let one of us know. There, you can go out to our website, rpmud.com, and there's a contact thing, and it'll go to my phone.
Okay,
And let us know that they didn't cut it, and we'll,
because they have to actually get in my yard to do it.
okay. Do you have dogs?
Yes, I do.
That may be why they're not doing it then.
But,
Yeah, if it's
Well, but
dead.
there's others.
I mean, if I know they're coming, I can put my dogs up.
Okay.
Well, they're
That's
supposed
not
to be
the
there
issue.
Saturday, that's the best time frame we can
Yeah.
give you.
But they're not gonna come in a fence if they don't know to do it.
That's right. So you may have to contact him tomorrow.
Inside a fence?
They have to
Yeah.
come, literally come in my backyard to cut what's hanging over it. They can't do it from the other side.
Is it the trees that are in
Oh,
the
it's
ditch?
the
or is it
trees.
Trees that are
It's
overgrowing
trees.
into her yard.
Oh,
Yeah, we've drove.
that,
Oh, this is, so this
I
is,
probably need Jay to do that then.
Yeah,
If
this
it's the
is-
trees, I need a tree guy to go
Yeah,
out
I
there
don't
and do
think
that
that's
then. If it's
Yeah,
not
that's not
in the
gonna be
ditch.
Brightview.
I'll make that phone call tomorrow.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, I remember you sending that now. Okay, I'll get the tree guy tomorrow. I'll call him, see if he can get out there.
Thank you.
That would be great, thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
Have a good night.
All right.
Good night. If there's anything you need, anything from me.
Okay, I will do it. I know where you're at.
Yeah.
All right, thank y'all.
No problem.
Y'all have a good night.
We need to clear that whole thing, but we're trying to take.
All right, I'm gonna call the meeting back to order at 7:40 PM.
Okay, I would like to make a motion that we reassess the penalty for the damages to $10,000 if it's paid in 45 days. If it's not paid in 45 days, it reverts to the original amount.
So 45 days starts again today.
Okay.
You do 45 days and it's $10,000.
And what is, can I ask what the 10,000 will cover? Like what damages are gonna be repaired with that?
So you have, it's possible that the damages are actually higher than that. There's two sets of damage. You have the fees of the persons that have had to address it. There's time and expense to the district for that. And then there were several trees cut down and the grass and all that stuff that was disturbed. And we have quotes at 11 and 12,000 to restore all of that.
Right.
So we're hoping to do it for less than that.
Okay.
But it's to restore what was, I guess, destroyed, and then there are consultant fee expenses to the district
Right.
in addressing these kind of matters.
Okay. So basically it's 20,000, but if we pay it in 45 days, it's 10,000.
Yes, so, yeah, exactly. So what the board, well, first of all, we need to,
We
what
have
I
to
suggest,
motion, yeah.
unless we already finish
Yeah, we have
this,
to
because it's not
motion.
official until there's a second
Oh,
or a
right.
vote.
So I make a
Right.
motion.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
So
What did you,
I oppose.
you oppose? Okay, so we have one nay.
So the penalty has always been 20, which is the maximum daily penalty that can be assessed for a rule violation. And you were previously given 45 days, which I think expires Monday or thereabout. And if you paid that, the board was willing to accept 15. So they're willing to reduce it to 10 and give you 45 days starting over tonight.
Okay.
That's what they're saying.
Okay.
And if that's not, if there's something we need to know, go ahead and tell us now, but the board would need to hear that now, but based on what y'all were saying, we sound like that would be something that would be doable. I know it's probably gonna take some work, but that's, the board obviously has heard what y'all said and wanted to try to accommodate
Yeah.
the best they could.
I thank you for listening and for making the adjustment. The reason I asked what it was covering is because we do have, like, if we would be able to do the work, I don't know if that's something, or if we could find an insured contractor that we could pay, you know, just to try to reduce that cost even more.
And remember, it's more than the work too.
Yeah,
We have to pay
the-
the lawyers'
right,
fees
yeah.
and all that, so I would say no.
And there's a lot, not just the work, there's a lot of other things that go into it. I mean, we have attorney expenses, we have our time.
Engineers, operators, the district's time, yes.
There's a lot of time that has to be covered, so that's not gonna
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, no,
I mean,
I
just,
understand that.
if we just leveled it and put trees in, it's up $10,000. If we don't even do anything else, probably. I'll bet.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, you're doing very good job keeping the property.
You guys think you can work with that?
I can get another loan,
Yeah.
Hmm?
I can ask for another loan,
Yeah.
because this friend of mine, he can give me credit to fix the damage home. But I had to pay separate the lawyer fee.
I think we need to have our people.
Yeah, y'all made your vote.
Yeah, we've already
Yeah,
voted.
yeah, but I think that's fair.
Yep.
So, obviously, we'd be in touch, just keep me in the loop, and I'll send you payment information. I know we've done that before, but I'll just resend that so you have it. And if you can pay it in installments, or you can wait till you have it all, however y'all prefer, just let me know, like you've been doing. I've told the board, I mean, y'all are doing a good job now, and so just keep informing me on what's going on.
And they didn't come out today.
Okay, yeah, I figured out because of the weather, yeah, I figured that.
So yeah, we're still waiting. And
Okay.
they don't usually give us very much notice of today, they let us know, so, that they were gonna try to come out, so.
Right, and yeah, that's what, so if you see somebody out there, I don't think it'll be the Koreas, I think it'll be the power company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
As
gonna
long as they're in their easement, they're cool.
be- it's gonna be power company and a gas company, so.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't want to say any of this because I didn't want to be of any influence before you all made your decision or went into the board. But I do want to clarify something for Miss Barbara, okay? Your husband is upset because he thinks that everything that your problem.
I think
Wait,
this is
I-
inappropriate. No,
Okay,
no,
let's go
no,
over.
No, this is not
The-
part of the meeting. This is
yeah,
not part of the
right. I don't
meeting.
think
You have
But
no, you have no
they
standing
are,
here.
and I
If you wanna
don't
talk
want-
to them personally and they wanna listen to you, you can
Okay,
do that, but you
let's
cannot do
do
this in
that.
our meeting.
Yeah,
It's okay.
that's,
That's
Yeah.
true, I agree with
Yeah,
her.
that's
Yeah.
fine, that's fine,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree, no
Okay.
problem.
So you have one item left on your agenda, pending business,
oh, pending business. Do
And-
we have
and-
anything?
and if there's anything you wanna add.
We do not.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just note that July 13th will be our next meeting, so.
Okay. At,
July
oh,
13th.
Look forward to
no,
seeing
we have
everybody
one
then.
next week.
We have a
We
meeting.
have a
One next
special
week.
meeting.
Oh, I'm sorry, next regular meeting.
Yeah,
This is
next
a special
regular meeting
meeting
is
next
July.
week, next Thursday,
Correct,
7:30.
correct. We have a special meeting. Correct.
Yep,
Okay.
Can I ask one more thing?
okay.
Oh, well, hang on a minute.
About the sewer pipe connection for the Natchez, 531 Natchez. I've been waiting for 6 months.
Has MOC gotten with you?
The
Yeah,
diamonds.
yes, he say he already give you the dimension of the pipe he has to run underground.
Yeah, he said, I don't know who he
My understanding from talking to Keith when we spoke last was that Keith had not received the information that he needed to make the connection or to permit the connection. Do you have water, or are you are you waiting on water?
I only have water. I got
You have
I got the
water, okay.
water meter installed, but we
Okay.
have water, but we don't have sewer.
Okay. I'll follow up with Keith tomorrow.
And do we still, because we've been receiving bills for water and sewer, and it's not even connected?
The sewer's not connected?
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably need a,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, right now you're on a builder fee though. We need to go back and check the fee structure because you're not a homeowner or an occupier of that home. You're a builder. There's a different rate there, Ms. Carrillo, typically, and I just need to go back and look at that rate structure.
Check it out,
Okay.
Huh?
have Keith check it out. You'll
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
We'll look at it tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll get with them
Thank you.
tomorrow. All right. Are we ready to adjourn?
Motion
Do I
to
have a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn? Okay, do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, all in favor?
All right.
See you guys next week.
We should-
Okay.
Have a good night.